Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up to help the channel grow. Click the bell icon at the top of the page to get notified when I post a new video. Universal Channeling. Channeling the conscious universe for the new world consciousness. Suzy Ward channeling Matthew Ward, October 1, 2024. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. Please tell us the truth. Is the chaos because these are the end times prophesied in the Bible? These are the end times for evildoing. The time is up for deception, cruelty, warring, oppression and everything else based in darkness. The Illuminati's fortunes, remnants of influence in mainstream media, scattered segments of military might, and numbers of minions are fast dwindling. They cannot stop the power of the light, and their energy streamers with attachments of base intentions cannot enter the frequency of the energy plane where Earth is heading. All the Dark Ones can do is keep trying to create fear as the violence and destruction they had set in motion runs out its course. And with that, a long era of darkness on the planet will come to an end. Every country in your world is experiencing some measure of confusion and upheaval. With evolution nipping at the heels of revolution, an astronomical revolution, chaos is unavoidable, and so is the emergence of truths. There are too many variables for us to know when truths and major changes in the world's economic system will start coming forth, and whether there may be outages in power and communication, but the intensifying commotion in Earth's energy field of potential signifies that the time is not far off. We suggest having on hand 2 or 3 weeks' supply of food and water for family and pets, flashlights and other emergency essentials. As stated in previous messages, if there is a lockdown, it will be for your protection. Dear family, you have been waiting to see strong action. It is on the way. Simply keep focusing on love, peace and harmony, and know that ever-rising vibrations are fortifying all undertakings with godly intentions. Matthew and other light messengers assured us there won't be WWII. That was before the dire situation developed in the Mideast. What does Matthew think now? There will be no WWII despite all the efforts of Netanyahu, a peak Illuminati who started a year ago to create a global conflict. His first step was pulling back Israel's defense measures at the border with Gaza and arranging with Hamas commanders to enter, create mayhem and take hostages. The Illuminati formed and support Hamas and all other Mideast terrorist groups. He expected Israel's battle with Hamas to become a regional war and, with the support of the UN, NATO and the United States, escalate into WWII. But national leaders in the Middle East know war is his goal and they want no part of it. So, instead of Netanyahu provoking those countries into battle as he anticipated, his forces are fighting Hezbollah, another of the Illuminati's terrorist organizations. We have been asked to comment on the second assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life and how this will affect the election in the United States. It is clear to us, as it is to you, that his foes are quite determined to do him in. The last 2 failed attempts are the only ones publicized. The first of numerous others came when he decided to enter the 2016 presidential race. The Illuminati, more commonly called Deep State, want to eliminate this influential man they cannot control and who is determined to shut down all their criminal activities. In the attempt at issue, the person in custody is their newest marksman, so to say. In addition to having professional snipers, rogue agents in the CIA look for mentally unstable individuals who are shooters and have made known they're anti-Trump. The agents talk with those individuals about true patriots will save our democracy, and it would be for the good of this country if Trump were taken out. Considering that the most recent deep suggestion attempt, which never got off the ground, was one more in a long line of failures, suggests that Mr. Trump and his white hat double may be divinely protected. There is no indication that attempt will affect the election, but other factors could. A number of possibilities are on the way to probability status, and if one or more continues gaining momentum, there could be a change in the electoral process. The electorate think in terms of polls, endorsements, fundraising figures and vote counting, but it is the light intensity that fortifies all rightful action that will have the most impact on the election. We understand that the state of the world is keeping minds occupied. Most readers who send emails to my mother ask about recent or imminent events, and we are happy to share what we know. But always our primary mission has been to offer spiritual enlightenment and guidance along with encouragement during this unprecedented time on Earth, and the following 2 emails enable us to do this. If people believe reports about the possibility of another pandemic and the potential for a third world war and don't request my input, would telling them what I know violate the universal law of non-interference? It is not your responsibility or your right to try to change anyone's beliefs, but in addition to the stress factor in those kinds of reports is people's desire to understand what is going on. They don't know this is a profoundly extraordinary time in the planet's history, but they are sensing the swiftness of time passing and the physical effects of clashing vibrations. We feel that offering what you know at an appropriate moment would not be construed as interference. For instance, if some event or situation is questioned in conversation, would you like to know what I've read or heard? Would not be intrusive. If the individuals are receptive, speak confidently about the topic and mention books and internet sites you trust. Assure them that the light forces are winning the battle with the dark forces or that upcoming changes make Earth's future bright, whichever note of optimism is more appropriate for your audience. If they respond positively, ask if they would like to meet sometime to discuss issues of interest. That would put the responsibility for advancing in awareness with them, where it belongs. However, a glowing beacon can be ever so welcome to souls who are at sea insofar as figuring out what is happening and why. Your world is awash with deliberate deceit, misperceptions and assumptions. Truth and clarification are greatly needed. Yes, indeed, beloved brothers and sisters, please do offer what you know to whoever is receptive. Don't be discouraged when individuals are not. Some people do not want their beliefs upended under any circumstances. I don't see how my soul can be intricately connected to the souls of evil people. I do not feel any responsibility at all for what they do. If I reincarnate, can I come back with no strings attached? Dear one, you do not have a soul, you are a soul. You have a body so you can experience life in a physical world, but you are not that body, you are the heartstrings and mind working within it. You are a being of love light energy, a unique, independent, inviolate, powerful eternal soul, and your inseparable connection with everything else is energetic. Never are you responsible for what anyone else does. The beginnings of all souls is when Creator Source, Supreme Being of the Cosmos, Totality, I Am, all that is, silently expressed itself into light. Light, the same energy as love, as cosmic consciousness, and it is the most powerful force in existence. All knowledge is within this consciousness, waiting for souls to tap into its limitless illumination. All discoveries, inventions and innovations to date have come from this consciousness via individuals' inspirations and endeavors or maybe response to nudging by their spirit guides. Everything that exists throughout this universe is Creator's energy fluctuating at one frequency or another. Every life form in Earth's animal and plant kingdoms is a soul and each is a microcosm of the planet. It could be no other way because the elements that make up every form are elements of Gaia's body. In that same way Earth is a microcosm of your solar system, it is a microcosm of the Milky Way, and that galaxy and all others are parts of this universe, which is one of 7 in the cosmos. Thus, everything that exists cosmos-wide is within the energetic interconnectedness of all that is and ever more shall be. There is so much more to be said about souls, but we want to clarify reincarnation for the dear soul who wrote and anyone else who misunderstands multiple lifetimes. Mother, please copy here my effort to explain this in a message quite some time ago. Because the timeless continuum, where multiple multidimensional lifetimes are happening simultaneously and everything affects everything else, is a nebulous concept almost impossible to grasp. Reincarnation is the closest that messengers from the light could describe a process that fits into your linear time frame. But it is not that Albert Einstein, say, reincarnates as this or that person, and I'll do my best to explain the reality. Every one of the countless souls throughout the cosmos is a unique, independent, inviolate eternal being at the same time it is energetically interconnected with all others. The beginning of every soul was the instant creator let burst forth its love-light self, the Big Bang, and everything in existence is company created by souls using creator's energy to put their ideas into motion and form. Soul A, let us say, wants to incarnate for the first time. After putting its ideas into a soul contract, it enters into an agreement, we call it pre-birth agreement, with other souls that want to share the lifetime. Then it designs and co-creates a body for its personage that fits what it wants to experience as a mortal. Thereupon Soul A becomes a cumulative soul while remaining its unique eternal self, and it shares all of its knowledge with the soul that is the new personage. The term cumulative is applied to Soul A because it initiated the physical lifetime of another soul, but as you shall see, that is the start of cumulative experiencing. Let us call that first personage Soul B. All of Soul B's characteristics endowed by Soul A and all experiences throughout the lifetime, intelligence, talents, body form and features, personality, ideas, relationships, education, habits, plans, accomplishments, disappointments, heartaches, joys, doubts, failures, interests, fears, are added to Soul A's database as Soul B has each experience, and everything is retained by Soul B when its body dies. When Soul A wants to embark upon a different kind of physical life, it goes through the same process. Now it has not only its original knowledge, but also the lifetime experiencing of Soul B to share with its second personage. When Soul B wants to put into motion its own ideas, it makes a soul contract and so forth. Like Soul A, it remains a unique soul self while sharing its knowledge, from personal experiencing and that which was endowed by Soul A, with the soul that is its first personage. Soul A and Soul B grow in experience, knowledge and wisdom with each of their personages, each of whom is a unique, independent, inviolate eternal soul, and the composite is a force field of diverse, interconnected lifetimes that grows with new personages wherever they are throughout the universe. Souls choose contract provisions to fill gaps or strengthen areas of cumulative experiencing to balance all of the lifetimes. Thus, an ever-expanding storehouse of awareness is available to all souls in the lineage. Evolvement comes as personages consciously tap into that storehouse, so it's not learning anew, but rather a process of self-discovery, remembering what is known at soul level from the beginning. And, just as you are living in this moment, so are all the beings you think of as your past or future lives. You and all of those other unique souls are living in the now of the continuum. From my lifetimes in third-density civilizations, I know how difficult it is trying to understand something for which there is no conscious frame of reference, and my explanation may have added confusion rather than clarification about multiple multidimensional lifetimes. So, please know that everything I described happens simply and divinely, as someday you shall see for yourselves, again. Excerpt from February 3, 2014 message. Thank you, Mother. All light beings in this universe honor you and support you with unconditional love throughout your journey in dedicated service to Gaia. Love and peace. Suzanne Ward. Website, MatthewBooks.com. Email, Suzy@MatthewBooks.com. Note from Suzy. Revelations for a New Era has a 50-page section about the soul. It also has mind-boggling presentations from representatives of 7 highly evolved civilizations and a lot of other eye-opening information. You can order it in bookshop on www.matthewbooks.com. Please send questions and comments to Suzy@MatthewBooks.com. All messages from December 2003 to date are archived on MatthewBooks.com. Please share them. Also on that site you can read contents and a sample chapter of all 6 books and order them in bookshop.